My name is James Tash, and I chose leadership as my career interest topic. It is my goal to continue to try and climb the management ladder within my organization. I feel I've been exposed to and have practiced good leadership throughout my career, but a person cannot get complacent or believe they know everything there is to know about this subject. So that got me thinking, what type of leadership or leadership styles drive organizations and why?
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
So, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
In the Army, they teach you, no matter how cold everybody may be, you're the leader, you're never cold. Troops may be hungry, you're never hungry, you're the leader. They may be tired, you're never tired.
Have seen a new birth of leadership in Britain, and that is the most important thing, the most enduring thing that is going to come out of this coal strike.
All of the individuals in the previous video are no doubt considered leaders in their own way. It is unlikely they were born leaders, but what exactly made people follow them? The Army says that leadership is influencing people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation while operating to accomplish the mission and improving the organization. That's fine, but what techniques do they use to provide that purpose, direction, and motivation? Now, there's no doubt that the Army could be considered a front runner in leadership and leader development. They've been doing it for quite a few years. But what qualities and traits make a good leader? One study lists 4 leadership traits as authentic, servant, transactional, and transformational. But what do these mean? Authentic is an approach to leadership that emphasizes building the leader's legitimacy through honest relationships with followers, which value their input and are built on an ethical foundation. Servant is both a leadership philosophy and a set of leadership practices. Traditional leadership generally involves the acclamation and exercise of power by one at the top of the pyramid. By comparison, a servant leader shares power, puts the needs of others first, and helps people develop and perform as highly as possible. Transactional, also known as managerial leadership, focuses on the role of supervision, organization, and group performance. Transactional leadership is a style of leadership in which the leader promotes compliance of his or her followers through both rewards and punishments. Transformational is defined as a leadership approach that causes change in individuals and social systems. In its ideal form, it creates valuable and positive change in the followers with an end goal of developing followers into leaders. Enacted in its authentic form, transformational leadership enhances the motivation, morale, and performance of the followers through a variety of mechanisms. These include connecting the followers' sense of identity and self to the mission and the collective identity of the organization, being a role model for followers that inspires them, challenging followers to take greater ownership for their work, and understanding the strengths and weaknesses of followers so the leader can align followers with tasks that optimize their performance. Research has shown that leadership styles are unlikely used in their pure form, but are combinations depending on the situation, organization, management structure, and so on. For example, I presented a list of questions to my brother who is the CEO of a smaller organization. I asked him to do a self-assessment and provide me with the answers to a few questions. He advised me that after he assumed the role of CEO, The situation required him to stick primarily to the transactional style of leadership. They were a business that needed to adjust its focus in order to meet financial objectives that were crucial to not only the organization's success, but quite frankly, to their survival. He believes that he has shifted to a more authentic transformational style, which even he admits is something he has to work on, especially in the developing relationships area. My personal situation is quite different. My leadership levels are depending on what color uniform I'm wearing. As a member of the military, my position is more of an executive level. My day-to-day responsibilities are closer to the strategic level as opposed to my daily duties as a supervisor with my civilian job. I realized by doing the research that when I'm performing my duties as a supervisory Customs and Border Protection officer, I can't rely solely on the transformational way of doing business that I believe I project when wearing my military uniform. CBP is a very transactional organization. In fact, after attending the first class in a series of leadership training courses, I realized that CBP's focus on educating new supervisors is the emphasis of knowing the rewards and punishment guidelines. I do not believe I need to change my overall belief or throw away everything I've learned in my 33 years in the military, but I definitely need to add a few tools to my leadership toolbox. As far as my career interest topic relating to my employment or future employment, I'm currently here, a supervisory CBP officer. My goal is to get here, a port director or an assistant area port director. The pay increase from where I am now as a GS-13 to a GS-14 is approximately $7,100 a year, or $3.43 an hour. One would ask, why take on more responsibility for such a minimal pay raise? Well, I spent 20 years as a CBP enforcement officer before making the decision to apply for a management position. And I'll be honest, I got tired of watching individuals who thought they were great leaders get promoted and basically fail as a leader because they didn't believe they needed to keep learning. An article in the Director's Guide to CEO and Board Succession suggests that much of what causes new CEOs to fail, which costs both the company and the individual's career, can be attributed to ineffective leadership styles. Those stepping into a CEO role for the first time must understand that part of the challenge lies in mastering several different types of leadership, each of which rolls up into the CEO position. These different phases of leadership run the gamut, from personal leadership to interpersonal to team leadership to enterprise leadership, and they have to be seamlessly integrated into the CEO's overall leadership perspective. I do not believe this is only true for the CEO level, but quite likely through all levels of management. It is my goal to continue learning, and if I'm fortunate enough to continue up the leadership ladder of my organization, I only hope that I constantly remind myself to never stop learning.